everyone. Welcome to another episode of the QubicaAMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. And as always, I am your host, Orly, and today we have a very special guest. We have Charles Craig on with us. Charles, how are you doing today?
Great, Orly. It's great to be back with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And Charles, can you first off let everyone know what you do for QubicaAMF?
I am a QubicaAMF Max trainer. I am one of the people that comes out on the road and visits the center after a purchase or an upgrade and gets the management and staff familiar with the new product.
Awesome. So you're kind of I'm sure when you walk into centers, you're kind of the lifesaver at times. Like, there he is, someone that can show us how to do this.
Oh, yeah. I walk in with the red Q on my shirt and everybody says, oh, he's here. Great. We have so many questions. So it's always great being that person.
And I've talked to other trainers before too, and I think this is kind of funny, but they always say after training a center, especially if it's a new center, that a lot of times they'll get that, hey, what do I got to do to make you come work for me?
Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've heard from somebody, hey, if you ever want to come up here and live for a while, or hey, if you ever need some work in the summer or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, thank you.
But it shows how much you're needed, so it shows how much you help them and how much you help here in a bowling center. So that's always a cool thing.
The relationships that we build in this industry really are amazing. It's great.
Yeah, that's really cool. Charles, so today what I wanted to kind of talk about was misscoring. If somebody's noticing some misscoring, what are some of the first things they should do and look for in their center?
The first thing I always have people check is your pin decks. Are they well lit? Your pins, are they clean? And then if you're misscoring, when's the last time you actually checked your cameras and your adjustments? Because it could be something just as simple as one of your cameras is out of adjustment. That could be due to vibration of the camera board, or something could have bumped it. So I always say, check your camera image first.
And as far as the cameras, is that something anyone can check? Or, I know a lot of centers obviously have a mechanic. Let's say a mechanic's out and someone's like, why is this misscoring? Can I go fix this myself? I'm sure each center might have their own rules, like don't touch it. But is that something anyone can usually fix?
So as far as Conqueror is concerned, it's going to be a permission level thing. If you have your Conqueror system password protected, each user will have their own profile, and with their profile, their own level of permission. Some of those things that you would need to go in and adjust the cameras and check for images would be things like under the technical user permissions, access to the pin spotter and camera setup, and then being able to turn on the pin spotter of a closed lane. That's under your operate section of your user permissions. So every user might not have those permissions, but they're necessary to do that camera adjustment if if the image is a little bit off.
Okay, and is doing the camera adjustment, is that something you go a little bit more into as far as kind of telling how they can do that?
Yeah, of course. So doing that really is just as simple as a few clicks in Conqueror. If the lane is currently open, you can go to your setup, lane setup, and then pin spotter and camera option. You would just select your lane, and once you hit OK, it'll pop up a new window with your pin spotter, your machine controller, and your camera options. Once you click on camera, all you gotta do is push on the image button. It'll bring up an image. It'll show you where those dots are on those pins, and it gives you the option to respot the dots. Is a fun way of saying it. Telling Conqueror and telling the scoring system where that pin should be. Where should it look for a pin when it's scoring? There's a nice button there for auto. You click on that, and Conqueror will do its best to automatically put those dots on the neck of the pin. Sometimes that auto button is grayed out, and it's not a problem. It's just you need to do it manually. But you do that, you hit send, and then you're good to go.
And Charles, if that's, if after doing that, it's still not quite working, what are the next steps that, if they can't do it themselves, what should they do, or who should they call?
If something's still not, working the right way and they have some questions or they're looking for some support, always our tech support team is there around the clock to help you. If you've recently been on this, had someone on site, the trainer's there to help you. But also don't forget our Q portal. The technical resources portion of Q portal is just so robust and has so much information that should always be like your lifeline. Always check that Q portal, and if you need us, we are here to help you.
Okay, and if you need to learn how to navigate the Q portal, I'm going to plug one of my past shows. I had someone on that kind of talked about that. So yeah, make sure you're going back and checking out these episodes. There's a lot of great knowledge out there. We've had a lot of great guests that are always here to help and just kind of make things easier on everyone. So Charles, I do want to thank you for coming on today. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you are able to come back on again soon.
I would love to, and thank you for having me, Orly. You guys are doing great work there.
Thank you.